State Pro Set offense is averaging 307 yards per game this season. And the nationally ranked defense has been stellar. They've allowed just 121 yards rushing in 2 games, the fewest in 46 years. As good as the ISU defense is, its kicking game is not. Last week, 3 of 4 field goal attempts were missed in a 17-10 loss against Iowa. Live from Jack Trice Stadium in Ames, Iowa, it's time for college football. As today, Northern Illinois plays Iowa State.
Coming in here to Ames.
There's no doubt about it. You know, they've won 11 of their last 14 games. They're very physical, very confident. They play every bit as good on the road as they do at home. They've shown that through the last couple of seasons. So we've got our hands full. We're going to have to get off to a great start. This is going to be a full 4-quarter football game, no doubt about it.
What are the top 2 keys for your team today?
Well, we've got to continue to take care of the football. You know, you can't give them short fields with their offense because we're turning it over. We don't have any turnovers in 2 games. You know, sooner or later that'll happen, but we've got to limit those turnovers. And it's going to be really important that we gang tackle today. We got a great offense coming at us, the running back, the receivers. Even though the quarterback's a backup, he's taking every snap this year. And we're going to have to do a great job and hopefully get some defensive turnovers.
Well, your defenses look good so far. Good luck to you today.
Thanks a lot. Great to be with you.
Coach.
They wanted to find one general on the field this year, but they've had to rely on 2. One in particular is Brett Meyer. He'll get the start today.
Brett Meyer is a lot like Randall Cunningham. He's got a lot of the same skills and has done very, very exceptional this year.
A guy who will see time is Austin Flynn. All he does is throw touchdown passes.
Yeah, you know, he gets Meyer in there to take him, wear him out, and he comes in there and makes a big play.
On the defensive side of the ball, it's a heartwarming story for Iowa State. Tyson Smith back in the lineup at defensive end. He's looked good so far.
You bet. Tyson Smith came in and started playing as a freshman. Last year got injured, sat out, took a redshirt year. Now he's a redshirt senior. Back out of defensive end, 2 sacks in 2 games, potentially be an all Big 12 player.
One of the guys he'll be chasing today is Northern Illinois quarterback Bill Horvath. We'll have more coming up in a moment. You're watching College. It's the MAC against the Big 12 as Northern Illinois facing Iowa State here at Jack Trice Stadium. Well, Gary, let's take a look at the tail of the tape here between these 2 teams. They stack up well against one another.
Absolutely. You know, Northern Illinois is coming in here. They've got 100-plus yards, 142 average yards per game rushing. Iowa State stopping them around 60. So we'll see. It's going to be a good game.
It should be. We'll have the kickoff coming up next. Jack Trice Stadium, the site of this encounter here this afternoon between Iowa State and Northern Illinois. And Gary, what a great crowd here for this Big 12 MAC matchup here today.
Absolutely, man. All these areas right alongside of the stands, not only in the stands, are getting full. It's going to be a beautiful day. Right now it's still a little overcast, but I think it's going to break and end up being a great day for these guys.
It certainly should. And, you know, both of these 2 teams are pretty jacked up for this contest today.
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be a great game. If you're not watching a game, this is the game you want to be watching because both these teams are just fantastic. I think they both have a lot of the same coaching styles, a lot of the same player types, and it's going to be great.
They really get after one another, too, and they're very comparable. As we mentioned, both like to run the football, and that's what they really want to do. I know Coach Dan McCarney has been stressing it since day one of the 2004 campaign. They want to get back to a grind-them-out type of offense.
Yeah, you know, it's such a hard thing to do. Both these teams have a very strong, very solid defense. To get a good running game starting here is going to be very key for each team.
And for Coach
back yesterday, and he had a Hickabottom. Nickname is Boogie. So let's see if Boogie gets Boogie in here.
He likes to shake it on down. It'll be Wolf taking it about 8 yards deep in the end zone. What a kick by Jansen to get things going for Iowa State. That's great kick coverage right there.
Oh, that's the best you can get. You guaranteed only a 20-yard return out of that one.
So it will be Northern Illinois' offense out on the field first. And here's a team that has 4. The give will be to A.J. Harris, and he'll squirm ahead for about 5. Up with a single setback, it's Harris, 2nd and 5. Horvath, the pass, and it's picked off by Mosier of Iowa State, and he'll get to the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa State.
There you go, BJ. That's that defense they've been talking about, stopping those teams from getting any yards. It's starting early.
Nick Mosier. Let's take a look at this one again, Gary. Horvath kind of telegraphed the pass to Sheldon.
That's exactly it. Boy, he was looking at him from the snap of the ball. And linebacker read that just great. Stepped in front of him and took it off.
First Iowa State defensive touchdown since 2003 against OU. And the extra point is no good. Wide right.
Boy, I'll tell you what, those points like that can really play a factor in a game. I tell you. You know.
See, I know you weren't a kicker, but let's break this one down scientifically here if you can.
Well, I would say probably, he probably maybe saw that pressure coming in from the left side like that and ended up pushing the ball.
That's got to drive. So Jansen.
That's not a real big confidence builder for Horvath to start this game.
No, or for Jansen for that matter either, for missing the extra point.
Absolutely.
He'll kick off here. The freshman will let it have the ball roll into the end zone. It'll be ruled a touchback. So Northern Illinois will once again have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Iowa State fans liking what they're seeing early here, Gary.
Oh, absolutely.
Tailback. Horvath will give it to him. And I believe Sean Moorhead, the first one to meet him for Iowa State, a walk-on for the Cyclones from Mason City.
Great defensive.
2nd and long here for the Huskies. The give is to Harris. He'll gain a couple. It'll bring up 3rd down. 25. Play action pass. And it's nearly picked off and a penalty flag down.
Ooh, that's a tough call. He was slipping, going for the ball. I don't know if this is a legitimate call, to be honest with you.
Coverage on the play for Iowa State. The flag by DeAndre Jackson.
Ooh. I don't know, BJ.
Let's take a look at this one again, Gary.
That's interference on the defense, number 8. The offense who takes possession of the ball at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
Now, Gary, something different this year in college football. They're saying the number of the player who committed the infraction. You like that?
I do like that. As a player out there, if it's not me making the putt, don't be pointing a finger at me. How do you feel?
But this time they called it on the wrong player. A.J. Harris will get the carry. Horvath will give it to Harris. And he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Brent Curvey on the tackle. Now let's take a look at the defensive lineup here for Iowa State. Brent Curvey back from an injury he suffered last week, and Cephas Johnson back in the lineup again for Iowa State. Linebackers, Eric Anderson. Nick Mosier picked off a pass earlier, returned it for 6. Part of that secondary along with Ellis Hodge. Big 3rd down here for Northern Illinois from their own 38. Horvath will look to pass. Has a man open, and Chatone Powers will take it beyond the 40. Reaches out for the 1st down. Don't think he got it, Gary.
Oh, absolutely. It looks short. I'll tell you what, that was a great effort on his part.
Todd Miller for Iowa State. Driving kick. Miller gets it at the 25. And he'll be upended at the 31. For the first time when we come back. You're watching college football here on FSN. 7-yard line. Meyer will give it to Hicks on the draw. He'll worm his way ahead to gain a couple. Adam Schroeder on the tackle for Northern Illinois.
Well, I tell you what.
Out of the shotgun for the first time. They'll give it to Hicks. He'll gain a couple more. And will bring up 3rd down for Iowa State.
Hey, B, let me tell you something. That is the worst play you want to take on as a defensive lineman. You've got a trap coming out of the backfield. That guy's got a head of steam. He's got a nice clear view at you. And I'll tell you.
Meyer will look to throw. And he's sacked. Away. Troy Blankenship will get the snap. Dan Sheldon will be back deep to receive. He'll get it and be popped and lose the football. But look out. Here comes the hanky. Could be a halo violation here, Gary.
I'll tell you what, it probably is.
It's over. The receiving team, illegal block in the back. Number 10. A foul is penalized half the distance. First down.
Every punt.
Harris on the carry, and he's dropped for a loss on the play. Nick Leaders with the tackle for Iowa State.
Nick Leaders makes the hit for Iowa State.
Gary, this rush defense for Iowa State really clicking on all cylinders so far this year.
You bet. I'll tell you what. You see that block right there? He ended up coming behind that block and making that play. And there's one rule. If you go behind the block, you better make the play, and he did it.
Nick Leaders with 96 tackles last year and nearing 200 for his career. Second and long. Harris sees a lot of Cardinal in front of him. And he'll take it back to near the original line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up third and long here for Northern Illinois.
Yeah, that Iowa State defense is holding true to his first 2 weeks.
Brought down by number 44, Tim Dobbins.
And A.J. Harris would just love to get on track. Dobbins came from a junior college on a scholarship. Here's a swing pass to Harris, and he goes nowhere. Tyson Smith.
I don't know if that was Tyson Smith's responsibility, but it doesn't matter. He got out there, he made the play.
Take a look at this, Gary. Northern Illinois, I don't know if they got that play blocked as well as they wanted to.
Oh, there's no way. There's 3 guys out there ready to smack him in the mouth.
Iowa State's defense has played huge so far. Gallagher will put his foot into it. Miller gets it at his own 45. Down to about the 39-yard line. That's where the Cyclone offense will take over.
Makes a 6-yard return. Iowa State takes
Cyclones up 6-0 over Northern Illinois. We'll have more when we come back. You're watching college football here on FSN. Cyclones leading it 6-0. Offense back out on the field with 4:50 to go here in the opening quarter. Brett Meyer trying to get this offense going here as Stevie Hicks will be the deep tailback. He'll pass out of this. Has a man, and it's Blythe.
I love that play. That is one of the best plays in college football right there.
That's all Todd Blythe does is catch touchdowns. And the Cyclones take a 12-0 lead on Northern Illinois. Gary, here's that play again. Set it up for us.
Well, I'll tell you what. It looked like they're going to run down the line for an option. The quarterback fades back out into a drop back. You know, the secondary must have been looking at the quarterback because they surely weren't working at Blythe. Downfield, he was wide open. Touchdown.
Brian Jansen on to add the extra point. Chris Love will hold. And this one does go through.
Well, maybe they need to roll the ball back there every time to get him to get it through. Who knows? That was a horrible snap. Ball got back there. Great hold by the holder. He grabbed the hold of the ball, got control, took off.
Iowa State with a 13-0 lead now on Northern Illinois after the touchdown strike. Let's now go down to the sideline and be joined by Karen Schulte with an injury update. Karen?
Well, guys, first of all, I can tell you that starting nose tackle Eric Pittman is done for the day for Northern Illinois on that last offensive series for the Cyclones. He went down at midfield, and he has an injury to his right knee. They've iced it. He is still here on the sidelines, but he's going to be done for the day. One comment about Brian Jansen there. After his first missed point after attempt, very first guy to meet him on the sideline was the starting quarterback, Brett Meyer, for the Cyclones. He got in Jansen's face and said, "You had your time last week. You didn't cash in. We need you today." I guess he came through.
For sophomore, juniors, and seniors, guys that have been here 4 years longer than he has, and these guys are listening to him. What's that tell you?
Wolf will take it from his own 5. And he'll be wrangled down at about the 27-yard line. That's where Northern Illinois will put their offense back out on the field. Just a moment ago, Todd Blythe caught his 3rd touchdown pass of the season. That's 3 touchdown passes in 3 games. This scoring started for Iowa State. Horvath will give it to Wolf in the backfield, and he'll go nowhere. Iowa State, Brandon Brown, part of that solid linebacking crew for Iowa State. He actually had to switch positions this year because when they moved Tyson Smith down to defensive end, Brandon Brown was at the middle. He moved to the...
It's very crucial. Your first step is very crucial. And your first step, depending on where you're playing, whether it's weak side linebacker, strong side linebacker, middle linebacker, your steps are different. Your first step's always different. So it takes a pretty good discipline to be able to do that.
Wolf got the carry. Nick Mosier with the tackle for Iowa State. And, Gary, for Northern Illinois, we shouldn't be surprised to see them switch running backs in and out. Coach Joe Novak does that to give a little breather to A.J. Harris and company. One player who is not going to play today for Northern Illinois is Adrian Davis. He's out with an ankle. Bad ankle. 3rd and 9 for the Huskies at their own 29. Horvath to put it up. Throws in traffic. What a catch! As Northern Illinois will have it 1st and 10.
That gave them an opportunity to make another 15 yards on that play.
1st and 10 Huskies at their 33 of Iowa State. And they'll give it to Jarrett Wolf as he'll take it down near the 30. Horvath, the play action pass. He'll find his man, and Dan Sheldon will have it near the first down marker. Got it and going like Josh Haldy's did. Kind of slow and progressing. The give to Wolf, and he's got lots of running room. And he'll get in, but there's a flag down.
I'll tell you one thing going through his mind right now is the fact of why do we have so many penalties so early in the game?
Certainly. Hasn't been a clean game so far.
Not.
The officials conferring down to the field. Coach Novak wants 6.
During the run, illegal block in the back by the offense, number 84. The foul is penalized 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
Horvath gives it to Wolf, and again, big running room up the middle, and he'll score.
Joe Novak says, hey, it worked once.
But maybe. And the extra point is up and in there. Iowa State with a 6-point lead.
98% scoring percentage when they were in the red zone last year.
This will be Thais Thompson for Iowa State. He'll take it out beyond the 20, and that's where the Iowa State offense will take over. So the Cyclone offense back.
And the only way you can... All right, I'm sorry. Waiting for the call there from the referee. They didn't hear him. However, they work so hard and they put a lot of effort into often practice all week long. There's no reason for it.
They'll back up 5 yards and do it again. This time Thompson will take it at his 15. Thais upended at the 29. Ball came loose, but the ground caused it, and the official right.
Both these teams are playing really well. One of the interesting things here is, you want to talk about turnovers. Northern Illinois, I believe, was ranked number 6 in takeaway ratio last year during their season, 2003 season.
Thais Thompson now will stay in the backfield. Will take it ahead for a couple of yards. And how about Brett Meyer? How much confidence is he getting game in, game out? You take a look at him. He doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes.
He doesn't. I think that's got a lot to say for coaching. I think it's got a lot to say for him as an individual and his preparation in there. He seems to run that. He seems to be the general out there, and he's taking control, and he's doing the right things. 2nd
and 7. Meyer will put it in the air. And in and out of the hand of his intended target. And John Davis. Rob Lee on the coverage for Northern Illinois.
Pass, I thought they were a little speculative. They're keeping that quarterback clean. There's nobody getting through to him.
3rd and 7. And we've got more penalties down. Penalty flags on the field.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 53.
Bringing the heat.
Has a man who will go up for it and can't get it, but a flag will be thrown on the play. Could get pass interference here. Let's take a look at this again. Gary, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. They brought the heat. I'll tell you what. Myers stayed right in there. Pressure coming on him. I don't know about that play. I don't know about that call.
Britt Davis. 9 men on the line, and Blankenship will get this punt underway. Dan Sheldon will take it from his 32. Weaving his way out of traffic. Sheldon on the run. He'll take it beyond the 45-yard line. A good Illinois at their own 47. They'll give it to Wolf.
Number 1, Garrett Wolf, hit at the line of scrimmage.
Nick Mosier will make the tackle for Iowa State. 2nd and 8. Huskies will keep it on the ground with Wolf. And he'll gain a couple more, and it'll bring up 3rd down as he's held shy of that 1st down marker.
You see he was over there by that plate, don't you? Tyson Smith was right over there. That guy's fast. Got good football awareness. You may see him in the NFL next year.
And that was the last play of the first quarter. It'll be Iowa State leading it 13-7 over Northern Illinois when we come back. Will get the carry. He'll lunge for it, but won't get it. He needed to get it down to the 15-yard line. They mark him down at the 16, so he's held a yard shy. Robertson makes the tackle, and let's take a look at this again, Gary. Iowa State's defense just standing strong in the middle.
I tell you what, you can see there. You see how they get underneath that offensive lineman's pads? They got him up in the air. When you get them up, they get the pads up.
Last week, Meyer back in at quarterback. They'll run the play action. Plenty of time. Still looking. Has a man, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended target.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of things that happened last year. They weren't doing it. You see that receiver coming back to the quarterback underneath that pressure. That is key. That's huge. Bad part is, look at that. The longer you got to hang on to the ball, more potential for penalty. Another flag.
Looks like it could be an ineligible receiver downfield. We'll see what the officials call here, because Meyer had a decision to make, Gary, and it was whether to throw the football or run with it. And the penalty is against Iowa State. Here it is.
Receivers downfield on the offense during a legal forward pass. Numbers 52 and 53. That's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
And a lot of time for Brett Meyer here. Got a great pickup block there, but they probably thought it was time to get downfield. That's why the lineman
on instinct. That's part of the game. These mistakes happen, especially when the receivers are covered the way they are.
1st and 15. They'll run the draw with Hicks. He'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Great pursuit by Jason Hawkins. In fact, the MAC Player of the Week last week on the defense for Northern Illinois. Summer, we'll talk about him in just a moment. He was a walk-on, now he's starting. Meyer to throw, but he'll take off. He'll gain a few yards, and it'll bring up 3rd and long for Iowa State as he's upended by Javon Lee.
Javon Lee, number 47, trips him up near the...
Hey, there's a lot of football left. Take your time. Look at that, standing in there. Great pass, great catch. Let it happen. Let the play develop for you.
They certainly did, and that is Todd Miller with the reception. 1st and 10, Iowa State. Lionel Higginbottom with the tackle for Northern Illinois. Big 3rd down conversion there for Iowa State. Something that they struggled with in their first 2 games is on 3rd down.
Well, that's a gamble that Novak took. You take that chance. You got the momentum going for you. Right now, you got to step up to the plate. You want to keep that momentum.
Shotgun formation. Scales and Hicks in the backfield. It'll be the pitch to Scales, and he'll fall down. The freshman out of West Des Moines.
I'll tell you what, that play should have gone because of
Dr. Pepper. Cyclones with a 6-point advantage, and the home crowd's liking it. 2nd and 8 for Iowa State at their own 40-yard line. Meyer rolling out as his man, Davis. 1st down, Iowa State. Hickenbottom with another tackle for Northern Illinois. He's had to make a few already today.
Well, you know, they're in that attack.
Meyer again will look to throw. Sets up, and he's going to launch it deep. Blythe. Touchdown.
There we go again. Boy, he can't catch a ball. It's the touchdown ball.
Todd Blythe's reception to touchdown ratio has to be astronomical. Let's take a look at this one again. Great play fake for Meyer. Boy, and Britt Davis on the coverage, and he's given up about a foot on Blythe. Boy, is Meyer pretty happy about this or what? Look at the red shirt freshman.
Look at him. He's sprinting down the field.
That's two red shirt freshmen.
Making these guys look like heroes, isn't he?
Now for the extra point, Brian Jansen. He's 1 out of 2 on the day. It's up, and again. 20-7, Iowa State with a lead on Northern Illinois. We'll have more when we come back. You're watching college football here on FSN. Hansen will put his foot into it, and this one will go out of bounds, and Northern Illinois will get good field position out of this one, Garrett.
I'll tell you what, he's been doing this all day. I think, you know, it's hard. I've never kicked the ball, and I probably couldn't even kick it 10 yards.
On the kicking team,
but I'm going to tell you,
free kick out of bounds.
You gotta get this
Receiving
part down.
team takes possession of
the
30
field
yards
position from a kick like that is just astronomical. You just got an opportunity. Joe Novak momentum going into something like this.
He'll give to Wolf. He'll gain about 7. He'll bring up 2nd and 3. Let's now go down to the field. This will be joined by Karen Schulte. Karen?
Thanks, guys. Down here on the field with ISU Athletic Director Bruce Vandevelde. A nice day for you guys to be hosting Northern over here.
It sure is, Karen. We've got a great crowd, a wonderful day. It's family weekend and Hall of Fame weekend, so we're really excited about today.
Now, I know you have a special halftime presentation going on here at the game today.
We do. We're honoring our Hall of Fame recipients going into the Iowa State University Hall of Fame. We had a wonderful dinner last night, and we're also recognizing our gold medal winner and All-American Cale Sanderson.
Must be proud to have him be an alum.
There's about 2:57. Play action for Horvath. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Had his man open. That looks pretty close to a catch. Horvath this time will dump it off to his tight end. And look at Cieslak. Fancy footwork inside. Not in college. Might have lost it when he was trying to make the Olympics. Here's Horvath to the end zone. Man's got it. Touchdown.
Wow.
Going up to get that pass for Northern Illinois was Sam Hurd.
That should have 2 of your starters and not playing them. He's like, I don't know if that's brilliance or stupidity. So, obviously, the guy that could be missing if he's not.
Meyer looks to throw. Has a man. It's picked off. With the interception for Northern Illinois is Ray Smith.
Both young guys. This game seems to be moving pretty slow for them. They're sitting in there, they're holding it, they're throwing passes that are on the money, and the receivers are catching it.
Sam.
He's still telegraphing those plays, boy. I'll tell you, as a secondary guy, I'd be looking at his eyes from the get-go.
Here's Harris. He'll gain a couple to the 9 of Iowa State.
Northern Illinois, they get in the red zone, they put points up, and Iowa State's done a good job at keeping them out.
Here's Harris, weaving his way inside of the 5. He'll score. And Northern Illinois has tied it up at 20 apiece.
220 pounds. This guy's not going to come down by an arm back. You're going to have to put your hat on him and stop him.
Nendick with the extra point, and the Huskies have the lead for the first time today.
And these kickers, they're all frail. You can't do anything to them. You know, you got to get out there, beat them up, rough them up a little bit, and then this mental thing can kind of go away a little bit.
Well, Jansen, he showed some toughness coming back, hitting his next 2 extra points. Here's Thais Thompson. He's pounded at the 20-yard line, and that's where Iowa State will take over offensively. To have a good game in that department. Meyer to the air. comes back and fires this one wide of his intended target, and John Davis.
Myers' pass falls incomplete, intended for John Davis.
Alva.
Absolutely. You got to keep him out. You got to give him confidence. Well, that's not so good right there. Oh, they called a forward pass, though.
Called it a forward pass. It goes incomplete. 3rd and long. Meyer misses his intended receiver. Incomplete, as he wanted to find Moses. And it looks like, well, that was 3
minutes of the game. It's been all Iowa State defense. And that defense is going to get tired if they don't give them a break and the offense start putting some drives together.
Dan Sheldon back to work. This time he's corralled by Robertson and company. Stevie Hicks also in on the tackle. A lot of patience, too, for the Huskies. Horvath will give it off to Wolf. To go to,
right.
Because with Josh Haldy on the bench, but just a very patient guy. Here's Wolf again. And he's stacked up for little or no gain.
Near the line of scrimmage.
He'll look to throw. Pressure's on and he'll fumble it. But he pounces right on top of it. Boy, Tyson Smith was putting on the pressure from the outside.
That was this is a big break for Northern Illinois.
Again, and watch the pressure come in from the outside, and Horvath just fumbled it.
Yeah, he had nobody nobody blocking. There's one person you better put a man on, and that's Tyson Smith.
Yeah. Gallagher on to punt again as the Huskies face a 4th and 15, as you see. Good punt. Driving Todd Miller all the way back to his 10-yard line. Good block. Wow.
Flag.
So far, and we're in the first half, 4 against Iowa State.
That's like 9 or 10 now. Tip ball.
As Meyer goes back to work again, it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Cyclones with the ball at their own 12-yard line. 4 of 11 here today. They give it to Hicks. And the sophomore out of Omaha played safe, or do you try to air it out a little bit?
Well, I think you got to air it out. You got to get that first down.
Oh, and Brett Meyer is sacked. And so the Huskies have 1 timeout remaining with 1:46 to go here in the first half. And they have a 1-point lead over Iowa State. I mean, this has been quite a ball game here up to this point. I mean, Iowa State getting out to the 20-7 lead. Northern Illinois able to come back with 14 unanswered points right now, and they're going to get the football back, and they're probably going to have pretty good field position. And they always have the very elusive, exciting Dan Sheldon returning those punts, and a couple of future Iowa State cheerleaders in attendance here today. And the current Iowa State cheerleaders.
I like that type of thing where I have a coordinator working with me. The coordinator gives you a little bit more of the big picture, so it helps broaden your understanding of how the whole entire offense works.
Blankenship will have to punt it out of his own end zone. No pressure. Kicks it straight into the wind, and Sheldon will get it at his own 45. This is a returnable punt. Sheldon lets the blocking get up in front of him, but he'll be wrangled down by shotgun. Horvath trying to engineer a drive. Pressure's on. And he'll throw it away.
Most important play in football is the next play, so let's get going.
90 seconds to go. Horvath to the air again, has an open man. And the catch will be made as they'll take it ahead for about a remaining for Northern Illinois. Inside of a minute now. Horvath to the air, has his man. Powers has it. Inside of the 20, he'll lean for the first down, and looks like he'll get it. That'll stop tackle there. 1st and 10, Northern Illinois at the 16 of Iowa State. Horvath to the end zone, and no one's home. Just threw it away. Or the clock continues. Horvath again to the air, has his man open, touchdown. Cieslak. Wow, the big guy got open right in the middle of the field, and he'll take it into the ball. The board by the Huskies.
I'll bet you, I think Joe Novak's going to have nightmares about throwing the ball as much as he has been. But I'll tell you what, he's opened himself he's opened himself a whole new era in games coming from here forward, because people are now going to have to look at both, not only a smash mouth running game, but he's opening it up out there in the passing game as well.
48 points put on the board by both of these two teams in the first half. I didn't expect this, did you?
Oh, absolutely not. I thought this would be a lot tighter game, not quite as much scoring. I thought the defenses would really play hard, really shut down these offenses, and it's just blowing wide open.
Nendick will...
A high short kick.
Yeah. Tyus Thompson will take it at the 7. Has a seam as he busts out to near the 30-yard line. Boy, he had it, but it closed down in a hurry as Northern Illinois made the sure-handed open field tackle, and that's where the Iowa State offense will have it inside of 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a look at it again, and ever so close. Again, Iowa State has had a few of these plays today, just close from breaking it wide open. Cyclones down by 8. The lineup out of the shotgun formation. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. Meyer to the air. Finds his receiver.
Oh, there was the beast putting a hit on him.
Ryan Atkinson with the tackle as Moses makes the catch for Iowa State.
On the play by number 38, Atkinson.
That was great concentration by that receiver, because I'll tell you what, I think if I saw the beast pounding down on me, I might get alligator arms.
Here's a throw to the sideline, and unable to get out of Illinois. In prevent defense, you see 3 down linemen. As Meyer will be out of the shotgun. No pressure. Meyer steps up. He'll fire to the far side of the field. It goes incomplete.
Meyer's pass intended for
And we'll see how much time is left on the clock. I believe 6 seconds. That play only took 4 seconds to run for Iowa State. So they had that idea in mind there by trying to get it down the field, trying to get it within field goal range and bring Jansen on quickly. As Meyer went with the underneath man.
He might have been more successful trying to run it himself right there.
6 seconds to go in the half. Meyer will let it fly. And fly it does. And it'll be intercepted by Lionel Higginbottom. So Boogie gets the interception
intercepted by number 9, Hickenbottom.
to end the first half of play. And Northern Illinois has a 28-20 lead on Iowa State. And boy, some resiliency put out there by Northern Illinois, because let's face it, their offense didn't look exactly sharp at the early part of the game. Looks fantastic at the end of the first half. Let's go down to Karen Schulte.
It absolutely does look fantastic here. 21 points scored by the Huskies in the last 7 minutes. Coach Joe Novak, your team got it together.
Well, we did. We got a lot of football to play. The last thing we said in the locker room was going to be a 60-minute game, and I'm sure it's going to be.
How concerned were you when you come out on your first possession and throw the ball to the Cyclones?
Well, we got a young quarterback, and he's making some mistakes, and he's making some plays, so you live with that.
And your defense seems to be kind of honing in a little bit on their quarterbacks as well now.
I think we're playing pretty well right now, but there's a lot to play yet.
How do you keep that momentum going?
Try to win, that's it.
All right, very good. Coach Joe Novak joining us here on the sidelines.
Thank you very much, Karen. Again, your halftime score. Iowa State down to Northern Illinois, 28-20. We'll have more coming up in a moment. We're at the half. You're watching college football here on F. Illinois with a lead over Iowa State here at the half. Let's take a look at the first half statistics here. And Gary, what really jumps out at you with this game right now as you see the stat page here?
Well, the number one thing is the amount of rushing yards Northern Illinois has been putting on this Iowa State defense. Number one. Second thing is time of possession. With Northern Illinois sitting there with almost 18 minutes and versus 12 versus Iowa State. So I think those are the two big statistics right here.
And, of course, Brett Meyer, he started 4 of 6 passing for 121 yards with 2 scores. He then went 2 for 9 with 8 yards and 2 interceptions. Let's take a look at some first-half highlights here. And there were a lot of them. Edgewood Bigger with 48 points on the board, and it all starts right here with Nick Mosier. Then Iowa State puts the second score on the board with Todd Blythe catching his first touchdown pass of the day. Meyer again to Blythe on a long play. Blythe with his second score of the afternoon. Now for Northern Illinois, here's some big highlights. And they ran this play twice, and they're able to get it in on the second time. And then Horvath to the air. You find Sam Hurd. And this is where the Huskies really started to stamp it on, as A.J. Harris powers his way into the end zone. Then Horvath again finds his big tight end, Cieslak, for the score. And that's what puts us at 28-20 here at intermission at Jack Trice Stadium. A lovely day here for college football. And let's take a look at the quarterback comparison. You see Horvath, 11 of 16 for 150 yards. He's really been efficient today with 2 touchdowns. He did throw the interception that was returned for a score. And then, of course, Brett Meyer, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. Iowa State will get the football to begin the second half. And Ellis Hobbs will take it up to about the 20-yard line. And that's where the Cyclone offense will start on downs there.
Tell you what, BJ, right there, another thing out there, you see the turnovers. Iowa State hasn't turned the ball over at all this year, twice today already in the first half.
Use this set a lot here this afternoon. 2 in the backfield, and Meyer will run the option. He'll keep it himself. And the quarterback will stay on his feet. Good gain up to about the 39-yard line as it was ushered out of bounds by Lionel Hickenbottom. Here's a look at it, Gary. The same play that they ran earlier in the day, but just miscommunicated on, and would have been for a big gain there, but Meyer did a good job keeping it himself.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the defensive guy, he's got to get off the block. He's being blocked right here. Can't get off the block. He needs to get off there. Everybody else was in the right position. He just got to get off the block so you can force the play and get it done.
Now Iowa State back to the I formation. 1st and 10 at the 39. Here's Meyer. Finds his man, and the catch is made inside of the Husky 50. Todd Blythe with the reception.
I'll tell you what, this is what Iowa State needed to do. Come out here, get the ball moving, get a little bit of the momentum going back on their side, and they're getting it done.
Gary, how about this matchup as we see it here on the screen with Todd Blythe going up against Adriel Hansbrough. I mean, Hansbrough is giving up almost a foot on Todd Blythe. I mean, yeah. Todd's a very tall drink of water out there for Iowa State.
You know what? And Iowa State needs to start putting that to their advantage. Obviously, there's a significant mismatch on that. Iowa State needs to take advantage of that.
Here's Steve Hicks. He'll pound his way down near the 45-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and long. A tackle made by Jason Hawkins, and he's kind of been all over the place today for Northern Illinois. Well, what do you think the adjustments were made by each team when they were in the locker room?
Well, I'll tell you what, given the effort, we're doing a good job. All we need to do is keep doing what we're doing. I think on the Iowa State ball, I think McCarney went in there and said, hey, guys, calm down, relax. We're doing the things we need to do. We need the center they've had, and that is a difficult thing to do. Probably the most difficult thing about having 2 quarterbacks is that center quarterback exchange.
Terrence Highsmith on the reception from Meyer. He'll take it to the 40-yard line. He'll be held shy of the first down by about 3 yards. Let's see what Iowa State will do here on 4th down. Looks like Todd Blankenship. 4th and 2. Cyclones will punt it. Field position big here in this one. And here's the punt, and he'll drive it right near the goal line, and Baum will get right on top of it at the 2. Maybe the 1. Boy, great coverage by Ryan Baum and a good punt by Blankenship.
I
mean, that you don't get any better than that. It looked kind of awkward, like it was going to go right into the end zone, but boy, just had enough spin on it, knocked it dead inside of the 5-yard line at the 2.
Iowa State wants to take control of this game. They need to do something right here.
Huskies will bring it out of their own end zone. Horvath underneath center. He'll give it off to his running back, and he'll maybe get to the 1. Brandon Brown and company in on the play. There's a penalty flag down. It's a hold against Northern Illinois, not what they wanted. Be interesting to see what Iowa State will do here, as they dropped them for a yard loss anyway.
I don't know if I take the penalty.
Holding on the offense, number 68. The penalty is declined. Second down.
Watch the right guard here on your screen going against Nick Leaders. Yeah, why is that a hold, Gary? The takedown more than anything. Here's Horvath. Has his man, and Sheldon, did he make the catch?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
Got it. Absolutely.
I mean, this is only his second official start. This time he'll run out of the play action. Has his tight end open. And it's another first down as a good gain on the play for Northern Illinois.
You see that play right there, BJ? Indoor practice facility. And, you know, I know they were thinking what I was thinking, because I was thinking, man, I wish I had an opportunity to have a facility like this when I was out there. And so I asked Joe Novak, I said, and a touchdown.
Touchdown for Northern Illinois. Chatone Powers on the receiving end of this one, and the Huskies have opened up a 14-point lead on Iowa State with 7:04 to go in the third quarter. A lot of time here in the pocket for Phil Horvath. Boy, just got behind the defense, didn't he?
Just back, yeah. He's.
And how about Phil Horvath? Maybe there's a quarterback controversy brewing in DeKalb. And the extra point is blocked. DeAndre Jackson will pick it up for Iowa State, and he can return this, but wrangled down right at the 13-yard line. So we might see another factor right there. It's just a 14-point lead, maybe a momentum swing for Iowa State.
Very possibly, Kevin. This is great.
14-point lead for the Huskies. Northern Illinois has ripped off 27 unanswered points. They have a 14-point lead with 7 into play. Deep back to receive, Thais Thompson. He'll take it at his 5. Get to the 15, and he'll be wrangled down right at the 17-yard line.
Those guys need to strap their helmets up, man. I don't know why they like them things coming off in a pile.
Northern Illinois just scored on a 13-play drive that covered 98 yards. They lead it 34-20 over Iowa State. You're watching college football here on FSN. 34-20 Northern Illinois out in front of Iowa State with 2:46 to go here in the third quarter. Huskies back with the football at their own 21. Horvath will give it to Wolf, and he's tripped up right away. LaMarcus Hicks in on the tackle for Iowa State.
Got somebody down there, BJ.
Take a look at the rushing yards here today. That's Brandon Brown that's slow to get up off the field. Northern Illinois with 109 yards on the ground. Iowa State just 54. It's been an aerial assault here today for these two teams.
It's exactly what both these teams did not want to do.
Sometimes the assault has been more vicious than others. Wolf will try to stretch out the Iowa State defense, and the Cyclones having none of it as Sean Moorhead turns back Wolf.
Is it me or Northern Iowa kind of taking a back seat here? Because they are looking flat. And I'll tell you what, they keep this up too much longer. That's momentum, Iowa State. These fans are going to get behind them. This game.
Horvath will play it safe, gives it to Wolf, and he is crunched. Brett Kirby on the tackle for Iowa State, and that's got the crowd juiced up. Take a look at this stat. Iowa State has 25 tackles for loss this season. Only recorded 66 in 11 games last year, so they're well on pace to break that, Gary.
Oh, there's no question about it. You know, this defense is the defense that's been playing the last 2 weeks. I don't know why it took them almost take 3 quarters to show up.
4th and 20, Northern Illinois. They put it out of their own end zone. It's blocked and recovered in the end zone by LaMarcus Hicks. And it's a touchdown, Iowa State. Ellis Hobbs, the one that blocked it. And Gallagher slow to get up, and the Cyclones are getting it kick-started here in the third quarter. Let's look at this act again.
Boy, he came right up the pipe, too.
Ellis Hobbs with the block.
Hey, not only did you get the ball, you get to take the punter out. It's a bonus.
And LaMarcus Hicks with the recovery puts 6 on the board for Iowa State. And it's 34-26, a key extra point here. We've had 2 misses today, 1 for each team. And the extra point is no good, wide left. Well, the last block punt for a touchdown for Iowa State came against Troy State back in the year 2002, but Iowa State unable to capitalize. Jansen pushed the extra point to his right. Might have hit the post. Wow. Just right.
Boy,
and the fans can't believe it. With his hip, and then he was the starting kicker, and it could be either way. Hansen will put his foot into the ball. This time it's going to be caught by Wolf at his own 17. They'll run to the near side of the field as they try to cut the corner. He'll be ushered out of bounds out at about the 32 as DeAndre Jackson was there to greet him.
The flag down there too, BJ.
DeAndre Jackson for Iowa State.
See what this is about, and it's Coach Joe Novak has seen his fair share of hankies thrown on the field today, more to his liking, especially for Iowa State, and this penalty goes against Northern Illinois.
During the return, illegal block in the back by the return team. Number 20, foul is penalized 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
I don't even think that was
first down.
I don't even think that was close to the play.
No.
That was clear on the other side of the field from where the ball was being right.
Horvath goes underneath center. From their own 15-yard line, they'll start the drive. They give to Harris. And the big tailback will rumble his way up near the 20-yard line. Don't even need to run a play here. See what they do. Horvath will take the snap. They'll give it to Harris. And he'll be tackled out beyond the 20-yard line. Gains a couple, but it'll bring up third down. Let's go down to Karen Schulte now, who's actually, we're going to take a break. When we come back, then we'll come back and talk with Karen Schulte, who's on the sideline. We're through 3/4 of play. Huskies lead at 34-26. You're watching college football here on afternoon at Jack Trice Stadium. Huskies with the football, facing a third down. They'll run the football with Harris. He'll cross the 25, and he'll get the first down. Let's take a look at the kicking problems today for Iowa State and Northern Illinois. Y8 trying to manufacture a time-consuming drive here. Horvath underneath center. They give to Harris. And he'll squirm his way out beyond the 45 up to the 48. Speaking of kicking, let's go down to the sideline now and be joined by Karen Schulte. Karen?
Yeah, you guys alluded to the fact.
We thought it would be a dogfight. We're certainly getting that here this afternoon. Penalties in this quarter alone. Each team does have one. Iowa State with that big 15-yard personal foul.
There's some penalties out there that you can't help, that you can't. Those penalties like that are unacceptable. Totally.
Here's a pass, and it's going to be hauled in. And Perez will take it beyond the 50-yard line, finally pushed out of bounds. Boy, that was an awkward-looking 48-yard line of Iowa State. Cyclones show blitz, and Harris will run right into it. Robertson, Illinois here.
See, Mac, you coming after this one too?
Looks like they're going to play it safe. Miller will take it at his own 15. And he'll get up to the 27-yard line. That's where Iowa State's offense will take over with flex as they start this drive from their own 26-yard line, down by 8. Actually, Austin Flynn will remain in there. 3 of 8 so far on the afternoon for 41 yards. Cyclones will run out of the eye. That's Cook in at fullback. They'll give to Thais Thompson. He'll gain some positive yardage out beyond the 30-yard line.
Something to get something going. And whoever does it, the other one's is going to have to crank it up. So I think you're going to see a lot. I think sooner or later here you got to see something happen.
Flynn's pass deflected away. He might have taken a late hit. Or will be the guilty party.
Roughing the passer on the defense, number 56. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Boy, Novak was not happy about that at all. He was stomping on the sideline.
Okay, the ball's away, and then the hit.
That's horrible.
Well, being an old defensive lineman,
you can't do that stuff. Right now, you're flat. You know, Iowa State's starting to pick up a little bit momentum. They've actually been playing better than Northern Illinois in the second half. And
Flynn runs the option, and he'll keep it himself. That looked ugly.
that wasn't a pretty play, but you know, I think he made the right decision as opposed to trying to get the ball out there. I think it was a good call.
Well, it'll bring up 3rd down for Iowa State and 4 to go. You know, Austin took him down to the 21 last time on the last possession for Iowa State and just had a couple of key drops.
What do you think Mac's trying to say here? He's making a point, but keeping Flynn in for 3 series in a row?
I don't know. I think they're going with who's ever down for Iowa State. There's still a lot of time to be played, or a lot of time left in this football game. And you see the quarterback comparison here, Gary, as we're alluding to it just a moment ago. Meyer 8 of 17 on the day with 149 yards, and Flynn 3 of 8 for 41. But the 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for Meyer. One of those interceptions was coming at the end of the first half when he threw it kind of a Hail Mary down the field. But the other one was right into coverage. And Iowa State fans hanging strong, wanting to see their team bounce back. Rushing yards, well, not what either team really wanted to do. They both really wanted to run the football.
Well, yeah, they did. They both wanted to run the football. Northern Illinois has been successful at it, and they were in a position where they...
Shotgun formation for Iowa State on 3rd and 4. Going to put it in the air. Flynn has his man. What a catch! Todd Miller on the reception. The shots he's taken.
Oh, I didn't think he was coming back out. He's back out there on the field again.
Yep, pretty smart in the classroom. A 2-time academic All-Big 12 selection. 1st and 10 for Iowa State. They'll give it to Hicks. A lot of running room. Hicks inside of the 10. And gets it down to near the 1-yard line. Ushering him out of bounds, Ray Smith.
Well, I tell you what, he read that. He's got some great vision to be able to see that. He cut that at the right time, got it out to the outside, got it down there inside the 2-yard line.
Boy, great open field running by Hicks here. Trying to bounce away from traffic and
look at that hole. Huh. Now I could have ran through that hole, BJ. I saw it from the right angle, the angle I'm used to seeing. I could see that. I knew I could run through there.
Hicks has 59 yards on the ground today. 1st and goal to go for Iowa State at the 2-yard line. Hicks will try to take it. He goes nowhere.
That was a great defensive stop by Northern Illinois right there.
2nd and goal to go from the 4-yard line. Iowa State out of the I formation. They'll run the option. Flynn will keep it himself. Pay dirt for Austin Flynn. Now, Gary, will they go for 2? Got a lot of time left.
Got a lot of time left. I don't think you need to do that right now.
Well, you're uncertain about your kicker.
Yeah.
They had Crava warming up.
As well.
It looks like they're going to go for 2. 34-32, 9:08 left to go in the game. And Iowa State will line up out of the I formation, a 2 tight end set.
Gonna run an option again here, BJ? What do you think?
They'll go with the play action pass. Flynn fires the end zone. Got it! They find the tight end in the end zone. James Wright will haul it in. And we're tied up at 34. Iowa State answers back. They score 14. Tied up at 34. The momentum of this game has really changed hands a couple of times. 34-34. Here's a look at that 2-point conversion. Look at James Wright begging for the football.
Yeah, he's back there waving at it. Hey, throw it to me. Throw it to me.
And the kickoff for Iowa State. It'll be taken a yard deep by Wolf. We'll bring it up beyond the 15-yard line up to about the 17. At their own 18, and this crowd is rocking. Horvath to throw. Sheldon will make a play, and it'll be pushed out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, Jansen right now, boy, he better be replaced just as well.
1st and 10 from the 30, a penalty flag down. As Horvath will just throw it away.
Teams, you've got to be clicking in
On
all
the
three areas. And
Not
if
enough
you
players
don't,
on the line of
and look, all their
5-yard
problems with
penalty
their
from the previous spot.
things happened
Repeat
with the
first
block
down.
punt. That's where this thing started going downhill.
Ball at the 24. Here's Harris. Well, he eludes the first 2 tacklers, but takes it up to about the 26.
Obviously, something happened in that Iowa State locker room at halftime that changed everything.
Horvath to throw. Intended target.
Is that
Gun formation. Horvath will be picked by DeAndre Jackson. And Iowa State with excellent field position now.
Well, I tell you what, you can feel that energy coming from the Iowa State fans and the Iowa State team. They're stepping up here wanting to play some football now.
Let's take a look at this. The interception. I mean, DeAndre Jackson just stepped up and made a play.
Yeah, I don't even know what Horvath was looking at because there really wasn't anything there for him to be throwing at.
Horvath with his 3rd interception of the app. Hicks will get the carry, and this time the play well defended by Northern Illinois.
The one that's hit the quarterback twice.
Out of the eye, 2nd and 12. Flynn finds his man, Davis. Hansbrough on the tackle for Northern Illinois. Just running off the play action.
All day long he's got. Good open field tackle, wrapped him up. At least give him another opportunity.
5 catches today for John Davis. 67 yards. 1st and 10, Iowa State at the Huskies 17. They'll keep it on the ground now with Stevie Hicks. Stevie breaks through a tackle and down to near the 5-yard line. Hansbrough makes the touchdown-saving tackle for Northern Illinois. Well, Old Mo is definitely on the side of the Cardinal and Gold right now.
Well, he's running like he's running like there ain't no... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with a 2 tight end set. Here's Hicks. He goes nowhere. Kind of a leg tackle by Ray Smith. Made sure he got him down. And the game tying score. He's really had the hot hand here for the Cyclones. Here's an option. And Northern Illinois is really starting to stiffen up inside of that.
14 points scored.
The fade route to Blythe.
Make it 21. 21 points scored.
That's all he does is catch touchdowns. His 3rd touchdown of the day.
They need to be doing this the whole time. That guy's got him by 1.5 feet. All he has to do is out-jump him.
And he ties an Iowa State record with Damian Gross for most touchdowns in a game for Iowa State. Caught. And now Iowa State will add the extra point. They went for 2 last time, but now with a 6-point advantage, they're going to try to add the extra point. Brian Jansen, the freshman out of Overland Park, Kansas. Chris Love will hold.
That one looked good.
That one is through, and it's a 7-point lead for Iowa State with 5:13 left to go in the ball game. You're watching college football here on FSN. State 5:13 to go in the game. Huskies are going to be up against the wall here with they have all 3 timeouts remaining. Don't have to burn one. Wolf will take it himself. And he'll be wrangled down inside of the 20-yard line. Good special teams play made by Iowa State as Jason Scales makes the tackle. And Gary, for Northern Illinois, last couple of offensive sets, they have not looked good at all. What do they have to do to try to march it down the field?
Well, I'll tell you what, these penalties are what's killing them.
1st and 10 from their own 15. They'll keep it on the ground with Harris. They've marched the football down the field effectively here in the second half. In fact, one drive was 2nd and 6. Horvath to throw. Goes with a screen play. Harris runs up near the first down marker, held about a yard. As Horvath will keep it himself, and he won't get it. Tyson Smith and company hold him up. Boy, great interior push there by Iowa State.
Yeah, it worked once before. It didn't work this time. I tell you, that Iowa State defense has stepped up. They're ready for the little things that are going on. Watch right here. Offensive line got no push off the ball. Not at all.
Saw Brent Curvey, number 52, plowing him underneath. And here's the ball game. Horvath will drop back. Pressure's on. He'll elude the tackler. He's got to let it go, and he'll be sacked. Matt Robertson applying the pressure.
Tell you what, that's the inexperience of a young quarterback right there. He saw that pressure coming to him, nothing there. He needed to get that ball out of there and out of bounds. Boy, should have never taken that sack.
Has an Iowa State's offense trying to grind it out here as they're lined up out of the power formation. And Hicks will take it himself and claws what.
Let's get it done. I have faith in you guys, and that's why I'm making this call. And you know what? I think that has a lot. I think these players would run through a wall for Coach Novak.
Now the defense trying to step up for Northern Illinois. It's a 7-point lead. The Huskies will burn a timeout here. 7-point lead for Iowa State as they have the ball inside of the 20-yard line of Northern Illinois, facing a 3rd and 8 from the 16. This is a big 3rd down here, because otherwise then Iowa State has a big decision to make. Flynn out of the shotgun. He'll run the option and try to take it himself. And he'll get it inside of the 15-yard line. Now what does Iowa State do? Do you put that, as he'll be trying to boot, would be a 30-yard attempt. Love will hold. The snap, the hold down, the kick up by Crava is up, and it is no good. Wow. There's an epidemic with the kickers for Iowa State.
Yeah, I'll tell you, hey, got closer than Jansen.
Here's the kick, and he just pushed it to the left, and it hits the bar, the upright.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't say that stuff. You know, like I said, I pick on these kickers all the time and too much, but the game, that's what they're there for.
If they made it, it would have been the knockout punch. Horvath to work, overthrows intended target. Dan Schell.
And that's what they needed to do on the get-go. They needed to get out there, get pressure on him, get him rattled, and they've been doing that this second half. They didn't do it the first half.
Versions today, no one's been able to get one. Has some time. Horvath steps up, hit as he throws, and it goes incomplete. He's been at that position most of the second half. 1st and 10 at the Northern Illinois 20. The give to Hicks. He'll take it down, and Flynn will give it to Hicks. Just right up the middle, and this will take some time off the.
You kind of got a feel for Northern Illinois a little bit in the fact that, 10-2 last year, no bowl game. Kind of feel like they've got to short it out this year as well.
4th down, Iowa State will keep it on the ground. Here's Stevie Hicks, and he'll be held shy of that 1st down, and that will stop the clock with 29 seconds to play. The Huskies will have it 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. So they've got 86 yards to go to try to tie this one up.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Or at least pull within one.
Yeah.
Because nothing is given on the extra points today. What a ball game, though, we've had. The ups, the downs for both teams.
Yeah.
Right now, Iowa State feeling the major up. Horvath back to pass. Lobs it over the middle, and it's picked off. Robertson's got it, and he'll take it to the house.
Well, BJ, that pretty much puts a clincher on it all right here, I think.
Matt Robertson with a touchdown score for Iowa State. The 6'1", 230-pound sophomore out of Sunrise, Florida, gets to live a dream, scoring a touchdown.
To basically put the kibosh and take the victory, take it home, put it in your pocket. I've got it. Now it's time to go on.
Coach Dan McCarney getting some well-deserved handshakes and high fives on the sideline as, boy, he held his team together throughout this one. Faced a lot of adversity. And they're going to be able to put a W on the board. The extra point. Good. 14-point lead for Iowa State. Here's that touchdown again. Horvath just dumped it over the middle. And Robertson able to return it.
That's got to be a great feeling. Great feeling.
Well, they're still, Iowa State, very happy with the score right now and heading into a bye week with a lot of momentum. Putting 48 points up on the board today. We had 48 at halftime for both of these two teams combined. 34 for Northern Illinois. They put up a big fight. How about that? 28 unanswered points by Iowa State after being down by 14.
Well, I don't know how you must feel the Northern Illinois player right now. Just, you know, after going in at half, being up so far, coming out and basically, you know, thinking that maybe you probably put the nail in the coffin, and all of a sudden Iowa State puts it on, and here we go.
And here's the return by Wolf. He'll take it to the 43-yard line, 44. And 11 seconds to go in the game. May have a fumble as the officials sort out the pile now. Nope.
Berg, number 21, making the Iowa State
Northern
stop.
Illinois will get one more crack at it, but this one's said and done. A 14-point lead for Iowa State. What a great game today.
Oh, this was
awesome. If you like offense
oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
special teams play, good and bad, this was your game. Horvath will line up out of the shotgun. Cyclones playing prevent defense. Horvath will fire to the man underneath, and it's caught by Sheldon. That'll stop the clock with 5 seconds as he took it beyond the first down marker inside of the 45-yard line.
Huskies.
Not quite over. 4 seconds remaining. And the clock will start as Horvath will have one more play. He'll fire it down the field, and it will be caught by Sheldon. And he'll take it into the end zone. Wow.
There's a flag on the play.
But a flag on the play.
Is he across the line of scrimmage?
We'll find out.
Oh, it was on defense.
Like the signal down on the field away from us was on the defense, so the touchdown does count. Here's a look at this one again. Well, it's never over till it's over, right? But there's no more time on the clock, so it, all intents and purposes, it's over. Now we'll just wait for the extra point. It's either going to be an 8-point win for Iowa State or a 7. Mendick on to add the extra point. Horvath will hold, and this one's up and good. And that will end the ball game. 48-41. Cyclones come up with a victory over Northern Illinois. All right, so Iowa State picks up the win, 48-41. We thank you so much for watching college football here today on FSN. Again, the Cyclones win it 48-41 over Northern Illinois. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a pleasant good afternoon.